counter. Oh yeah, I have this on the sheet of paper. There's a reason I still have that. All right. So you spend the night at the local inn, and when you guys get up in the morning, your friend Antonio tells you that he is taking a carriage back home, that he's been away from his farm for too long, and that his mule is either dead or has gone back to the farm on his own, and he wishes you guys all the best of luck.
Peace out, dog. Thanks for your help. Like my god said, apparently your mule went home, so... That's what he said.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, I have a meeting with the mayor, apparently, so I gotta go do that. So I'm gonna head to the mayor's place.
Alright, is anyone else going with you?
I'll go with you if you let me. Sure, why not?
I ain't got a problem with that.
Let's meet the mayor.
Alright. So, where's Braun?
Everybody's gonna stay here and keep our two new friends.
Where is the Braun token? Oh, there's the Braun token. Alright. Anyone else? So it's just going to be Fredrickson and Braun?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As you ask around a bit, you're shown to
Bless
the
you.
to the mayor's office, basically, and discover that the mayor is a dwarf. He rises up from behind his desk and reaches a hand out to you guys. Ah, welcome. Come, sit down.
Thank you, sir.
You are the defense contractors from Memlarn, correct?
You're correct, sir.
Good, good. We haven't been able to get enough help from the rest of Hellspring lately because of the, well, problems, as you might have heard. The undead.
Yeah, we might have come across one or two of your problem on our way here.
Yes. And of course, this town in particular has also had a problem not only with the undead, but lately, the last few months, the hill giants have been bolder. We used to only have problems with them maybe once, maybe twice in a year. And now it's been pretty much every few days, it seems. Either they or the undead are at the gates. He sighs and sits back down behind his desk. I've been hoping that we could find someone who could run an errand. One of I've thought as utmost importance, but it has been 2 months. I keep forgetting. Months are they don't have months. They use a seasonal calendar. Sorry. So it's been since last season that this has been going on, and the beginning of this. Sorry, it's been 2 seasons now since this has been going on. Well, the hill giants have been having a problem with, but since the last season, a group of miners have gone missing. They're part of a mining company going up near the mountain just to the south. They were supposed to be opening up a new vein in there, and they haven't come back. And it's been a lot of. It's been like 60 days or so. Almost a full season since we've heard anything about them.
Okay. We might have a lead on what could be causing the undead problem you're having.
Oh?
And we think it might be coming from the same location as where your miners might have gone missing.
So you think that the problems are one and the same. Yes, that wouldn't surprise me, considering the undead started appearing soon after the miners went missing.
We have evidence that one of the caves nearby, like I said, maybe the new mining tunnel that you guys dug up, might be the home of the necromancer involved. As well as we might know the identity of his apprentice, who is supposed to be on his way there to meet with him.
Oh, this is most fortuitous news.
So we're thinking that if we can find the necromancers and take care of them. This will solve all of your problems.
Well, this is most fortuitous. This would be a help to the entire country, not just to our small town. Well, not small, but he laughs, kind of trying to be modest. See, I'm willing to offer a reward, even to those from Mlarn, of 100 gold for whatever proof you have of what has happened to my miners. And if what you're saying is true, that this might also lead to an identity of the culprit behind the undead, well, the kingdom would thank you for that.
Well, sir, we're just here to do our job. Helping others is just a positive side effect. There's nothing that warms my heart more than being able to help people.
Good, good.
Would there be anything you could help us with, like provisions, before we go there? To be better prepared, or some advice?
Well, perhaps we might be able to supply some rations. Perhaps some mining helmets if you need.
We might actually need those. Bronze human, right?
Yeah, but I can cast light, so that's not too big of a deal. But the rations would be very appreciated, good sir.
I have a map. He pulls out his map.
And
Make
the
sure
mayor, yeah, the mayor looks over the map, nods a few times, and then makes a mark on the map, and then a line directly from bottom town, where the location on the map is bottom town, directly to where the mine is. So just follow this path that I have marked out for you, and you should be able to find the mine.
Excellent. And then with my magic, I might be able to locate their necromancy.
Yes. Do you have any way of combating it, though?
Oh, we did, but the person we suspect to be the apprentice necromancer spirited away with it, unfortunately. I have my own magic, but that's all I have. Our friends, I point to, I mentioned Ironius. I don't believe he has anything that might do any magical harm.
I mean, he
The
has.
skeletons are easy enough to take care of, but the necromancers themselves might be tricky.
I mean, I think if we take care of the bigger guys, he can certainly get rid of the swarming mass of skeletons that will be there, so he might be able to.
Well, I would suggest that once you find out what and have proof of what has happened, that you immediately find way of letting the castle know in case it is something too hard for you to handle. Or in case if you get killed, at least the country will know what has happened.
We have a way of speaking with our ruler, so we'll definitely let him know, and I'm sure he'll be able to inform your king as well.
Good, good. He nods his head. Now, you might be able to find some of what you need down in the garrison.
We'll definitely go take a look.
Just let them know that I have sent you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I ask your name, sir?
Oh, I am Ulfgar Strakelin.
Fredrickson begins scribbling that in his little spell notebook. Got it. Can you spell it, please? Because I don't think I'll be able to figure that.
Yeah, I can barely pronounce it. I have it written down, but then the stupid little this is spelled wrong thing is putting red lines over it, so it's making it hard to read.
It is a dwarvish name. I'm not sure it'd be spelled properly.
Yeah.
Based on our English dictionary.
Yeah. It used to be, he says, as you guys are finishing up, that we only had problems from ogres pretty much on the mountains. The occasional hill giant, but usually just ogres. And of course, if the miners occasionally would come into conflict with kobolds if they dug too close to their mines. But
Yeah.
beyond that, being in the woods as we are, we tended not to attract the attention of the orcs that wander the plains, and typically the goblins didn't want to invade any towns. Occasionally, goblin raiding parties might hassle travelers, but, well, a few years ago, some goblins did settle in town.
Yeah, they seem nice enough.
Yes, well, people who actually want to settle in a town rather than attempt to attack it usually are willing to be nice.
Yeah, the owner of the tavern or whoever his bartender is, he was very cordial to us when we arrived at the inn.
Ah, Fizzip. Yes, good goblin, good goblin. Yes, he does own the place along with his family.
And as long as you can as long as I can get the kobolds drunk, I won't have any problems with them.
Hmm.
You know, kobolds and my kind don't usually get along very well.
GM note, not exactly true in Larn, but it is the general rule in the rest of the world.
Anywho, so we'll go ahead and we'll get ourselves straight so we can head on out and figure out what's going on. If we could deal with the necromancers while we're there, we will. If not, either way, we'll inform our king, and then we'll go on from there.
Alright.
And if I have to, I'll send a messenger bird of some kind with a message to you.
To let us know about our dwarven kin.
Yes, sir.
Good to know.
Plus, I owe some dwarves in the inns around, so I have to come back anyways. Is there anything else that you'd like us to know before we head out?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, sir, thank you for your hospitality. We will go ahead and make our way towards the garrison to get any and all provisions that we need. Do you have anything to say, Broad, before we leave?
Not really. I think we've about covered it. One quick
Meanwhile,
question.
go ahead.
Do you know, did the goblins and the kobolds have any specific reason to come to the city, or did they just want to
Well, the
explore?
goblins has kind of settled here a few years back and built the Lonely Horde. The kobolds, however, have only been here since mid renewal. They apparently were chased out of some potential. I've heard rumors that they were being chased away by trolls and ogres brought from potential settling grounds and have come here, which is actually fortuitous because we've been losing parts of our population to the undead and the giant incursions. So they've been taking a few odd jobs in town, settling in so far. Trying to keep things cordial with them.
Well, we'll go ahead and we'll get that taken care of for you, so that way, people will continue to populate your town.
Yes, well, hopefully we won't lose enough population to be considered a village. He chuckles a bit. Unfortunately, the villages around here all got wiped out not that long ago. He then looks a little bit sad about that.
Well then, sir, I bid you adieu, and then I get up and I leave and head to wherever they're going.
Okay, meanwhile, the other three, Irenaeus, Althea, and Anomia, what are you guys doing?
I'm conflicted to say getting hammered and still in bed.
What
Fuck it, yeah, Alfie's getting drinks. She's hanging out with Fizzip.
I think
Like,
Ironius would like to
crazy
try to
ass
drink her under the table.
Oh, poor encouragement gets her even harder. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, Fizzip isn't willing to pass up the ability to be selling more alcohol, so he's willing to line up shots for you guys, even though it's still, the morning.
Shots, 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 shots.
As
Kind
far
of, go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna say, as far as what I'm doing, I'm gonna be avoiding the bar area, and then
Oh, doesn't want to hang out with the Ronies and Alfie.
I'm trying to. She wants nothing to do be anywhere near rock cut anymore. So she'll be outside, just stretching and relaxing.
Alright, so the tabaxi is relaxing, and the other two are getting their drink on. So this will start with constitution checks. Both of you, Althea, Arrhenius, constitution check for me.
I hope I already not. Damn it! You better not one either of you. You'll be useless too.
Oh, but come on, that'd be so fun.
That's true.
I actually
Everything would just-
proficiency in that, so it's 21. Which is
Oh, fuck. I just saw how low my constitution was.
They're both holding strong to that. And Arrhenius, there's a way to check to go into your settings on your page and
clicked
check.
the wrong one. I just clicked Constitution, not Constitution Slate.
Okay. Well, I said check anyway, so. Anyway, so the first round, both of you seem to be evenly matched. Zip grins at the money he's making as he sets out two more rounds. Oh, sorry, 2 more drinks for the second round. And we'll do it again.
Good stuff. Oh,
Arrhenius, you're starting to feel a bit wheezy. Again? The goblin asks.
of course.
He grins and kind of nods to the tiefling and sits down 2 more drinks.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay, wow.
Arrhenius, you suddenly sober up from that drink. Well, Althea, you're feeling like you're about to pass out at your seat.
I look at that Erroneous and that 20 and that 1.
Again?
Shall we?
I'm set, guys. I need out.
Are you sure? Do you need help?
I'm positive. I'm good. And she's out the door. She's probably throwing up outside.
How much do we owe?
Well, that was 3. That was for 2 of you, so that would be 3 silver.
I hand out like 5 silver. This many?
Yeah, why not? Thanks for the
here you go.
tip.
Poor Roni.
I heard out 100 gold coins. That much?
Is this what silver looks like? Here, yes, here's this priceless diamond ring. Will this suffice?
I mean, I don't have a 4. I only have a 6. Oh,
Poor Roni.
Alfie, you okay? I give you like a firm slap on the back.
Oh, dude, you're gonna touch a puking chick? She's probably doing even worse now.
I mean, it's erroneous. Come on, breathe deep. Squats.
Do push-ups. Use the velocity of your projectile vomiting to lift you up.
Let's run some laps around the pub. We're good.
Yeah, I've heard people talk like that before.
Alfie's up after a minute and pats him back, much softer than Erroneous patted her.
Yes, that's it.
I guess I lost fair and square, bud.
No problem.
I'll pay next time. Don't worry about it.
No worries.
Oh, God.
So, what do you do next?
Are our 2 favorite boys coming back, or are they just still hanging out by the mayor?
They're currently finishing up their talk with the mayor.
Alright. We could wait till they get back, or
Wait and continue drinking?
no. No.
She thinks about it hard. No.
No.
Okay.
What about you, Anomia?
I'm just watching Althea throw
Silent.
up, and Ironius is.
Very
Yeah, right.
encouraging pep talk.
I'm just watching them confused and face palming at the same time.
You must defeat the vomits. You must squat thrust until the vomits.
You must run the sickness out of you.
You vomit, it only means you're weak. You must become strong.
Embrace the
Hero
strength.
vomits.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
So eventually, while you guys are cleaning yourselves up at the inn or whatever it is you're doing there, Braun and Fredrickson find themselves at the garrison. It is a bit out. It's actually attached to the outside of the gate, of the main gates. Basically, it includes a barracks, a stables, all designed for soldiers. A little bit of a training area. Some areas to station archers for as turrets, all looking to the south, towards the mountains. Basically designed to deal with any problems that are coming down off the mountains. Inside, you see groupings of minotaurs, all wearing heavy armor, metal that's being polished. You see dwarves also in heavy armor wearing various holy symbols around their necks, most likely clerics. You see a few wood elves wielding bows and working with owl bears. So you have some of those. You also see humans in heavy armor doing various things. Looks like you see a few of them training with swords and other stuff, while the minotaurs are wielding huge axes and huge war hammers and such.
Human stuff, got it.
Well, yeah, the minotaurs will get that. But, there's one minotaur with you can see reddish fur, kind of hanging back and observing all this with looks like more detailed armor than the others.
I bet he's in charge.
Probably. He seems
First,
very
you want-
muscly.
It's a good thing Ironius isn't here. You'd probably challenge him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You're
You don't
not
want a
wrong.
repeat of the other town.
Oh no, we don't.
Especially because we're already in good with the mayor. We don't want to piss him off. I walk up to the Minotaur captain, I guess. The fancy Minotaur. And look up to the point where I almost break my neck because he's probably that much taller than him. And I tap him with my staff.
The Minotaur turns around, and as you get a full view of the armor and the way it's fit, you can see that it is actually a she, not a he. She gazes down at both of you, kind of inclining her head slightly just to basically show her command, but still kind of looking you in the eyes at the same time.
Hello.
And who might you be?
I am Fredrickson Shamalamadong. I was sent here by Mayor Ulfgar to acquire provision to assist us in our work from the company that sent us to this country in order to deal with the problem that is preventing them from digging through the mountain to create a pass. And probably most likely to deal with the undead problem.
So the mayor found some people to help with his disappearing dwarven miners, huh?
Well, we believe that the reason why we're here is um, and the reason the miners are disappearing are one and the same. So I figured we'd kill two birds with one stone and assist him in as well as do the job that we were sent here to do.
Hmm. Yes. Well, I've been wanting help to go and search those caves for a very long time. Unfortunately, with all the attacks, my garrison and I have not been able to arrange any of that. We've had to keep back personnel who might otherwise be lost in order to protect the town. But you are not part of my garrison. You're not even part of Hellspring's forces. So I guess you will do.
Thank you, ma'am. I live to please.
Ma'am, she mumbles.
I'm sorry, what was that?
She's mumbling about your use of the term "ma'am" for her. I am Captain Redpatch, Knights of Hellspring.
My apologies, Captain. I was raised to refer to people above me as sir or ma'am. I didn't know your rank, so I went with the latter. If I offended you, I apologize.
Hmm. She looks like she wants to pat you on the head, but you're a little short for her hand. She'd have to squat down to do that. So she refrains. So, what is it the mayor has asked to send you over here?
He just said that if there's anything we need provision-wise to come and.
She nods a bit.
Brian, what do you think we need exactly?
I think maybe definitely some provisions, maybe some advice on how to handle some of these beasts. You guys have probably more experience than we do, or some tips on where to get some, I don't know, potions or things like that.
Are you looking for advice on how to handle yourself in battle, or are we talking about uh, you need a ride up there from something?
We're more, you know.
If we could get possibly a guide for while we're up there, that'd be cool. If not, I'm sure we'll manage.
Hmm.
If you can't
Casts her
spare
eye.
anyone,
She casts her eyes about. Go to the stables. One of the stable hands should be able to assist you with guiding. I have long suspected that the caves they spoke of and the area where the dwarven miners vanished is one and the same, but again, having not been able to spare anybody to assist in that search, I have been unable to verify my theory.
Oh,
of course, Captain.
also, could you do us a favor and if someone and I give them the description of Jason, comes into town, could you uh, arrest them because I think he might have something to do with this ordeal?
You might, if you wish your arrest, you might want to talk about this, to talk to the City Watch about that. We are more of the if it's dangerous, we destroy it sort. We do not
Captain,
arrest and detain.
we believe that this wizard is the apprentice to the necromancer responsible for the army of undead that swarm your doorstep.
And if we see him, he will pay for his actions.
Which is why we're alerting you to his presence and of his existence.
Very well then.
So we are alerting you, and if we see the captain of the watch on our way out, we will let them know. But we believe that he's already made it this far south, so he might already be where we're headed, and we'll deal with him if we come across him. But we will assure you that him and his master, whoever this dark wizard may be, will not be a problem for much longer.
All right.
Cool. Do we have everything for Erickson?
I think what we mostly need is just like a ration, maybe some rope and such. I don't know
Yeah.
how much of that we have.
I mean, I think I have some rope, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Just probably because we're going to be going into a mountains, we're definitely going to need like possibly some climbing gear.
Yeah, let's go buy some climbing gear then.
I asked the captain, do you have any like climbing gear or anything like that since we're going to be going up to
She kind of claps her hands together, and one of the dwarves who seems to be supervising a couple of the other dwarves comes forward, and she starts talking to him, basically saying like, go these folks are going to be taking a journey up the mountain to go search for the missing miners. They also think that it might relate back to the undead. I am giving them authorization to take various supplies they need. Make sure that they have what they need. And she basically points Tim towards you, and he looks around and nods. Says, "Okay, let's get you set up."
Thank you, Captain. You have been most generous.
Do you have any form of transportation to get up there? To carry your supplies?
Yeah.
Well, a wagon's not going to make it isn't going to make it up the mountain very easily. There's no actual roads, only small trails, mostly deer trails. The carts trails that the dwarven miners took are pretty much overgrown by this point. No one's been able to recut them, so you won't be able.
What do you suggest, Captain?
Something sturdy, perhaps a large goat or even a donkey to carry your supplies.
Perhaps a mule.
If only Antonio were here for this part on the mule.
I mean, can't we put our supplies on the horse that pulls the cart?
Perhaps, but a horse might not be the best choice for going up the hills and mountains.
Right, I guess we'll look for
The better on the flat surfaces or even in between trees comparatively.
What would you recommend for someone of, let's say, your size?
The dwarf kind of thinks a donkey, perhaps.
I thought you said she was a minotaur.
No, the Minotaur
You're talking to the other one now. You're not talking to the chief.
The captain basically passed you off to one of her subordinates to help get you outfitted. You're not talking to a dwarf.
Oh, okay. I meant, yeah. I asked her, what would you recommend for someone of your captain's size?
He kind of looks over at her and then looks back and says, well, she has a very unusual mount, at least for this, for the wooded area, but she would not part with it.
Of course, I'm just asking for recommendations because we have an orc companion with us.
Well,
we'll be able to hold them.
Well, I wasn't talking about transportating, riding on the back of. I'm talking about something to carry your supplies.
Oh, I see.
You're not going to find a good mount for climbing. Not unless you can tame a bunch of giant spiders or something like that, he kind of laughs.
Can we make that a thing?
Frederickson, as soon as they say that, he's like,
Frederickson, don't you have what's it called again? A deer as a pet?
I do, but Frederickson's like, if I could take a giant spider home with me, that'd scare the shit out of my family. That would be awesome.
Maybe we'll find some in the caves.
I have speak with Animal, and I believe Animal friendship. So.
But does that work on things that were considered vermin?
Animal friendship really didn't work on those wolves, huh?
Well, I didn't use Animal friendship. I was just talking.
Yeah. Animal friendship is a powerful spell. Considering its level.
Anywho, so Okay. So, do you have goats in town, or donkeys?
Yes, and there are several here at the garrison as well. We do not use them in battle, and we have not been able to transport anything, so I imagine that lending you a donkey would fall under the aegis of offering you supplies. We would hope if the donkey survives, that you would then bring it back.
Of course.
Don't worry, I'll make sure he survives.
Alright,
Immediately
then.
dies in combat.
I'm sorry, but we got ambushed by drow and giant spiders. Drow riding giant spiders. We didn't stand a chance. I barely got out alive. The donkey stayed behind to sacrifice itself for us. I'm like, no, donkey,
I think you made me
no.
sacrifice the donkey.
Shh, they don't know that.
So he leads you towards the stables, and the first thing you guys see and smell is a large rhino. It it occupies the largest space. It actually seems like it's fairly comfortable and sitting in soft hay and being fed by hand by a rather small creature, a kobold. The kobold looks like it's going to be. It's kind of terrified of having to do this, but it is taking care of the giant rhino. Well, it's not actually a giant, but it's compared to a gnome or a dwarf and a kobold, the rhino is giant.
I need me a moose. I have to find one when we get home.
But you also see things like horses and donkeys, but just the one rhino.
That must be the captain's mount. I can see why it's a special mount.
The dwarf nods. Yes, apparently in the northernmost point of Hellspring, it is possible that there are some trained rhinos that the Minotaurs will use as mounts in battle, mostly in the knighthood and usually those with well-to-do families.
Cool. So I will continue following the dwarf to the.
The dwarf takes you over to where the donkeys are. There's a couple of them, kind of like you hear the noise coming from them. There's a couple of kobolds in there as well, kind of cleaning up after them. One of them seems to be chasing the donkeys around, but it's not malicious. It's more like, get back here, I need to brush your mane, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the donkey seems to be more like, running away and play instead of running away in terror. It's like, no, we're not, I'm not going to let you tag me. Blah, blah.
So you can't touch me. Neener.
But it also seems like this is something that these kobolds have basically just been getting used to. It's not like they're something that they've always done. It's like, kind of a newer experience for them, and they're kind of getting a crash course in how to do this. Like, cleaning up after stable creatures.
Yeah.
The dwarf kind of looks over them and says, "You there? We need this, and this." He kind of lists off a few of the supplies you guys need, and put them together in sacks that the donkey here can take. Points at one of the stouter donkeys, and they kind of all snap to and go, "Yes, yes, sir," sort of things. But it doesn't seem like it's more like they're just kind of scared to say otherwise. Like they're not used to this sort of hierarchy, but they're used to understanding. They have a place that they have to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to put it into words sometimes it's difficult. So these kobold stable attendants are kind of rushing around, grabbing supplies, and outfitting some saddlebags on the side of the donkey. And the dwarf is occasionally giving them instructions, saying, "No, not like that, like this," and going over and demonstrating. the kobolds are kind of like glancing a bit at you. Again, you're a gnome. The kobolds again in Learn tend not to been shaken out of their racism for the most part.
Yeah.
These are kobolds from the Odling Mountains. They're not used to seeing gnomes, and they've heard negative things about gnomes. So they're kind of like giving you the weird eye, kind of like the same way the kobolds in the tavern were giving you.
I give him the crazy eye. Not like purposely like giving him a strange look, but just looking at him normally because people think I'm insane.
To be fair.
You say thank, I say no.
So, do you guys back in the tavern/inn want to do anything? Because you guys have just been kind of hanging out there while these two are doing stuff.
Do you two think of anything?
Not particularly.
I feel like Iris would be passed out by now. Yeah.
Why?
No, he succeeded. He got through his Constitution save. It's Alethea that would have probably passed out if she hadn't been puking.
Errone's probably keeping her fine by the door. I guess we're just hanging around. Naomi, you got anything?
I'm just hanging out at this point.
Just watching the two freaks.
I'm enjoying the show.
We are companions in adventure.
In drink and in battle.
Huzzah!
Alfie loses it both.
Alright. So, after about an hour, the donkey has been outfitted with supplies. After they ascertained how many people are in your party, that sort of thing. How big the people are in your party, to make sure you're giving you the correct rations. And you've been given enough supplies to feed all of your party food and water for about 5 days. Additionally, your supplies also include... do you have a... Ah, crap. Hit the wrong button.
We have a sort of party fund in the...
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, like I said, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, you have a wagon inventory. You can just use that for your inventory for this as well. You can just like put a sub note saying, this is actually for the donkey, etc., etc.
Yeah. Well, I would, but I can't.
So you have 5 days worth of supplies for your entire party. 5 days worth of food and water. You have climbing gear. Let's see. They would have given you 3 sets of climbing gear. And how many torches? How many headlamps did you request?
We don't need any, I think.
Okay, so you don't get any.
Do Tabaxi have dark vision?
They're cats.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to ask because Dragonborns don't have dark vision either. I would assume.
Well, there's no reason why Dragonborn should have dark vision, but there's every reason. Cats are nocturnal. Dragonborn are not.
Some dragons live in caves. That's my
reason. Which is a reason for Dragonborn of that particular color and ancestry for it to have racial dark vision. That as a GM, I would allow that, but if not,
no, I know. I'm just saying, like in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Damn, they don't have dark vision. That sucks.
They don't have wings either, as normal. But anyway, so you guys have now been outfitted. All that's left is really to gather up the rest of your party.
Yep.
Who's standing in front of the door, puking, standing there, just watching?
It's been like a couple of hours since the other two left.
She's gonna be fine. They're just standing there waiting.
You see Braun and Fredrickson appear with a donkey and a bunch of crap.
I can see
we have
you
been
guys have been busy.
successful in our endeavor.
So you guys have started the day off strong?
Of course!
Who threw up?
Alfie's standing in the corner, kind of blushing.
Hey, who? Everybody ready to go climbing? It'll be
Of
fun.
course. It is a wonderful workout to climb.
I agree.
I knew there was something wrong with you all.
What do you
That
need?
idea.
Hey, don't lump me in with them.
Hey,
Alright
who?
then.
Would you? I ask Inomia and Althea if they want to join us. They're not obligated to. If you guys want to join us, that'd be cool. You'd use the help.
Oh, sure. I'm up for some fun. Sounds like we're doing something fun right now.
Plus
You
the
never can leave a book half finished, so I suppose so.
plus the dwarf mayor said that if we figure out what happened to his miners, he'll give you guys 100 gold apiece. I think.
It's actually is implying 100 gold to the group, but yeah, tell him that.
100 gold each.
No,
Wow.
I'm not gonna give.
Wait,
him
how
all.
far are we gonna split 100 gold?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh.
Everyone's gonna stand there with their 5 gold apiece.
I think there's 5 of us. That'd be 20 apiece.
You mean 25 each and none to Ironius. He doesn't count.
Oh, why doesn't he count?
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay.
He's
bro.
got a 6 intelligence.
We can hand
worry,
him 5
Ironius.
silver.
Don't worry, Ironius. I'll take your share. And hold on to it for you. Put it in your piggy bank. Back home.
Got its boss. Thank you.
Anywho, well, let's go ahead and
Poor Rodius.
we'll go and find the wagon and head out. If you guys are, he looks at the pile of vomit. Capable.
I am, of course, capable.
Yeah, I know you are, Ironius.
I'll flex for
So
you.
the garrison agreed to board your horse and wagon while you're away.
How long?
Since they gave you a donkey.
Yeah. So based on the map, how far of a walk would it be?
Well, with the donkey through the woods, the map isn't completely accurate to that degree on this, but it's going to take you, based on the provisions, 2 days to get to the. Actually, it is accurate now that I'm looking at it, to get to the cave, based on location of the cave.
How many days do we have left?
10,
number?
15. Enough days. We'll inform the king of whatever we find there, and if he's not happy, he's not happy, whatever.
Well, we should probably get going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna send the king that we're going to investigate the cave down here, so that he at least knows something.
Yeah.
Alright.
And we have the sending stone, so if we do find something.
Yeah, you send a message back to the Chancellor saying that you suspect that whatever is going on is originating from this cave south of Bottomtown that was created by the Dwarven miners, that you're going in to check, and that you just want to keep them updated in case you don't come back.
Yeah.
You get a basically short reply going basically acknowledged sort of response.
Alright. Peace out, dog. And I hang up.
Doesn't work exactly like your phone, but it doesn't have all the cool features. It just basically functions as a transmitter and its receiver. Not like your phone, which has all sorts of apps on it, but it won't work in this area. There's no place to charge it, so you'll have to be behind.
I
Anyway.
like to think that before he calls anybody, it has a dial tone.
Alright, I'm just going to make some random rolls to see if you guys encounter anything on your way there. And if so, what?
I'm riding on Ed the whole time, because I'm a
You're so small.
No, if I was a monk, it'd be probably... No. Yeah, I might have been just as fast as I rode if I was a monk. But I'm
Yeah. as you head south into the woods here, you do hear the howls of wolves before you make your camp fall. What do you do?
Just hang out. As long as we don't bother them, they won't bother us.
Alright, so you basically soothe the donkey, keep tight together so that if the wolves do see you, that they will immediately be driven away because you are a heavily armed group. And the wolves are smart enough to understand this. Got it. So you keep your two animal companions close to keep them from bolting and possibly being wolf food, and the wolves pass by close. You kind of hear them running through the woods, but they don't come in and come after you. Alright. Then you move on to the next day and start the journey up the side of the mountain. Because you have a map, you know exactly where you're going. So by the dawn of the next day, you arrive at the outside of the caves.
Alright, I'm going to cast Detect Magic. See if I see any.
On what?
I'm just casting Detect Magic, so if I see any magic, I'll
How long will it last for again?
Map problem.
So it lasts for 10 minutes.
I will cast Shillelagh and Light on my quarterstaff.
Alright.
I'll also cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Is that a light?
No, it makes it so you use your spell modifier for dex instead of saving or dex.
Yeah.
I saw you said something about light, so I got interested.
I cast Shillelagh and Light on my quarterstaff.
Okay, and light.
Concentration because I can't see.
I'm in accordance with him. Cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff as well.
I can see everything. That's not how it's supposed to be, I think.
Ah, god damn it.
I'll close my eyes.
Thought I'd fixed all this. Now it's not showing. Now it's broken again?
Oops. I mean, it was black, and now suddenly everything is visible.
Oh, that's the opposite of what I was trying to do. I was trying to make it everything invisible, so that I could do things. I could also have fog of war on. There we go.
And I lost vision.
There we go. That was fog of war.
Yeah.
Alright. So, as dawn breaks, you break camp, and you come up, and you see the cave that you were looking for, and the rudimentary path. The map was accurate, and it led you right here.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off of Ed, tie him somewhere, and tell him, stay. I need you when I get back. And then I look at Ironius and go, alright, big guy, you first.
You got it, boss. It appears to be empty.
Appearances can be deceiving, Ironius.
As you look down, you see what appears to be a artificial cave format, where it's mostly dirt. You see bits of rock, and you see more rock coming down the passageway down here. but a lot of it seems to be made out of dirt. There are beams holding up parts of the wall. In the look of it, it appears that this is the mining tunnel that you've been searching for, not some coincidental opening in the rock.
Alright. I'll have to check this out and see if we can find or look whether it be that bastard Jason or any remnants of the dwarves. Keep an eye out for traps. I'm sure they're here.
Hello.
Erroneous, no.
Yeah, Ernest, tell them that we're here.
All right, we're here.
Do it.
Erroneous, please, no.
Okay. The only thing you hear echoed back towards you is the squeaking of bats.
I like bats. Bats are.
It sounds like small fluttering of wings.
Well, if I need to send a message, I could probably just send one of these bats.
Okay, boss.
Seems to be
Shall I-
coming down the western passage.
Shall I continue, boss? Straight or to the loop?
Be very
Or
careful.
whatever that.
Make sure you keep your eye out for traps.
I'm a walking trap.
Yes. But, if you die, then we're kind of in a sore spot. And then I
But-
have to explain to the higher-ups why you're dead.
But what about Inomala? Can she?
I can check if you'd like.
No, I just walk in traps. I was referring to you as
Squeak, squeak.
Shield.
Oh, she.
Aw.
You hear it sounds like thousands of bats down that corridor.
Boss,
Yeah.
there's more
Oh, fun.
than just
Hang
a
on
few. Shall I continue?
Yeah, just keep your weapon at the ready.
You got it, boss. I pull out my flail and shield.
So you're not sneaking at all, I think it?
No.
Well, I mean, at this point, why would we? He screamed, "We're here!"
Alright. I'm just checking your I don't have your perception on that token for some reason.
Hmm.
Ah, 14. Okay. 14, 11, 11. We're missing somebody. Where's Fredrickson?
I'm behind Ironius.
You can kind of see Ted around Braun.
Yeah, okay. So there's a bunch of bats just kind of hanging around up here. They look like they're not very happy with being disturbed in this cave, and a few of them start to come down from the ceiling and flutter around panically.
I will try to do animal handling to calm them down.
All right. Whoa!
Well,
Somehow, in spite of your very ferocious appearance, the bats settle down. They stop squeaking quite as much. It seems like they're trying to go back to being peacefully asleep instead of
Good work,
being
Ironius.
very upset.
Huh.
Good work, Ironius.
They're bad. They like quiet.
Of course.
Aronice, you are anything but quiet.
Saves me from having to use a spell. Anyways, let's keep going there, Ironius.
Gently around that.
Which direction would you like to head in?
Boss?
We could split up.
No.
Never
No.
split. Never
Aw,
mind.
that's my favorite.
See, we see 2 clear paths, correct?
Yeah, well, they're very dark. But you definitely see that there are 2 paths. Yes, they're not clear, but they are dark.
I say we go this way.
You got this, boss.
All right, hold on 1 second. I need to check your passive perception again.
Okay.
That's why. I was on the wrong layer again. You guys are kind of stacked up on top of each other. It's hard for me to see who's who. There we go. Nomula, as you get past the bats, now that they're quiet, you hear a bit of a rattling coming from this passageway.
Guys, I think there's something ahead of us that we should be mindful of.
Probably more skeletons. If there are more skeletons, we're on the right path.
It sounded like some type of rattling.
Of bones?
Yeah,
I-
plastic.
I can't tell, but only one way to find out.
Anybody have xylophone mallets?
My flail does real good.
That's true. But let's try to keep the ribcage intact.
Well,
I'm
if you
going
hit
to
it
try.
really gently.
I don't think I can, boss.
It's very dark. And there are various stalagmites and stalactites in the way. It's hard to see for you, Ironius. However, Anthony, as you're peering down the corridor, going down in this direction, you do catch a flash of movement in something white.
What was that, Ted? You see a flash movement and something white? Oh, God.
Looks a bit like it could be bone.
Alright, well. Erroneous.
I'll do my thing.
I think we should let these skeletons know just who's boss.
You're the boss.
Well, yes, but you're the bigger and much meaner of us.
Aggressive sort of boss.
Time for some aggressive
Alright,
negotiation.
it's time for initiative. Guys.
I didn't move very far, I swear.
I'm going first.
Right. Good thing we cast Shillelagh beforehand.
I mean, I can cast it again, it's a bonus action, so.
Alright. Oh, crap. Did I actually put these on the map layer? Ugh. Yep, I accidentally put them on the map layer. God damn it. How did I accidentally put these guys on the map layer. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I originally put them on the GM layer by accident, and then I accidentally transferred them to the map layer instead of the token layer.
That's okay.
For a second there, I thought I might gone deaf. Never fun.
Well, so far we're all going before the skellies.
Yeah, I could have just run them on the single initiative. Hold on, I'm missing something from the initiative row. Alithia, we're missing you.
Hmm?
We're missing you on the initiative layer.
I rolled 18.
You forgot to click your token again. I think.
Yeah,
You probably forgot to select your token.
I got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, are the two regular skeletons same initiative order? Oh, okay.
Looks like all of my skeletons are on the same initiative where it really didn't matter my rolls after that.
Well, I meant like as I only see the two regular skeletons, not the three of them.
There's four regular skeletons and one minotaur skeleton. You can't necessarily see them from your vantage point. Some of them are half hidden. Oh, some of them are actually in the wrong spot. That's why.
Okie dokie.
I basically did lines on the map, then I got rid of the lines after. I basically put lines on the map, then put those only on the light layer, and laid down flooring, which is why I think I'm going to go with Theater of the Mind next time. It's easier to put out combat maps. Anyway, Ron, your turn.
I see your I presume you've got the guys, so I'll take these ones below.
You got it.
And I'll try to strike the one in front of me.
Alright. And that's a miss.
Hello, we meet.
Erroneous.
I'm going to rage.
I hope so.
And we both gain two temporary hit points. Actually, Fred as well. And
Nice.
and
Ooh, actually, that's
How many?
26.
two.
I can't gain temporary hit points because I already have 8.
Althea.
She's gonna move behind Erroneous and try and hit one of the skeletons beside Bran with her light crossbow.
Nice. How much damage did that do? Ooh, 8. Kind of lodged itself right through the eye, one of the eye sockets, although it didn't quite bring the skeleton down yet. But, oh, it looks nasty. Nomala.
Alrighty, I'm going to charge over and stand next to Ironius and do an attack on the Minotaur.
Oh,
Close to max damage.
love it.
Slice down a couple of ribs, detaching parts of them.
I love.
Fredrickson.
Skelly numero blue 2 with my quarterstaff.
And it crumbles into dust and a short sword laying there.
I like to think that I kneecapped it. Just like holding my quarter stick with a bat. Just, bam.
And now it's time for the skeletons to act. The Minotaur skeleton raises its great axe and slashes it down towards Ironius. And misses! And then the red skeleton, wielding a short bow, aims at... aim at any of you. Althea. The arrow misses. The next red one aims for Fredrickson.
I think that means.
I think that makes that it passed your AC.
Yeah, it means it.
You take an arrow to the knee. Just kidding, you're not
Aw.
married as far as I know. And then the next one pulls out its short sword and heads directly for Bron. It's a miss. Bron!
I will try to strike this one as well with my core shot.
You basically fracture its skull for the most part, and then as you're bringing the staff down, you manage to dislodge a few of the ribs.
Is Fredrickson hurt?
Yes, he is.
I will. I'll put 1 point of healing light into you.
Cool.
Ironious.
Everyone gets 2 temporary hit points as I'm raging, and I swing at the Minotaur.
Cause another crush injury to its body. Fragments of bone are littering the floor under the ground under its feet. Althea.
I'll take care of the blue skeleton.
Yeah.
And that does it. This one actually takes off the skull completely and sends it careening into the cave wall. The bones collapse, leaving behind only a short sword. Nomla.
Alright, gotta do another sword attack on the Minotaur.
And that's enough to end it. Just like with Althea, your blade passes through the joint of its skull to its spine, and you send the skull flipping around and hitting the cave wall as the bones collapse. Great axe on top of it.
And then for my movement, I just want to jump over the Minotaur and get close to these guys.
Fredrickson.
Okay. I'm going firebolt on red number.
Red what?
Red skeleton. Numero uno.
Yeah, the firebolt kind of slips between a couple of ribs without touching anything and hits into a wall, causing no damage. Skeleton. Skeleton takes a step back. Damage. Anomula.
And I miss, right? Or that's
Yep.
a hit.
Yeah, that's a miss. Let's do there. You can see the entire cave area here. Okay. One downside of Fog of War. But I didn't want to, to be running ahead into the caves while I was searching for what tokens to put down while rolling random dice. So I had to do that day of. So that skeleton doesn't take any damage as it raises its bow and shoots right at you, Anomula. 5 damage. The next one also backs up by 1, which now you don't have any reaction to, and also shoots at you. That is a miss. Run!
I will say to number skeleton number 1, you're just the skeleton of your former self, and I'll cast Vicious Mockery.
Does that require hearing or intelligence?
It might.
If it does, it won't work against the skeleton. The skeleton is basically just a basic skeleton is essentially a golem, which means it has no will of its own. which means it can't be affected by vicious mockery.
And then I'll pump
It-
another point of healing into.
Yeah, it's
development.
it's not a ghoul. It basically, the way I always look at it when it comes to my games, zombies and skeletons are essentially, unless it's a sentient type zombie, which is usually a ghoul anyway, are basically automatons. They're no different really than golems, which means that they basically have no soul left in them. They're just animated. Which means they can't be affected by psychic damage because there's no mind there to affect.
Also, Ammonia, I healed you for 4 hit points with healing lights, so don't forget to take those.
Oh, thank you.
Plus, you should have had 2 points of temporary hit points.
Yeah, it added 2 back to me.
Yeah, any other form of undead is potentially sentient, and therefore can be affected by psychic damage. But skeletons and zombies, nah, not really.
I think it says as long as here.
Can I get?
No, it's my GM ruling in my games that basically when it comes to undead, skeletons and zombies are automatons.
Fair enough.
Chris, what would
Zombies-
it take at this point?
Sorry, what?
I want to go through this like diagonal between them.
Okay.
Do I need to do any checks or just move it?
No, you can just move there. They're not standing side to side. They're standing across from each other, which means you can just step into that spot.
I'll bring the flail down on 2.
All right. And secondly, they're wielding bows. They can't. Okay, that one's dead. The zombies, you can argue that zombies might potentially still have something in there if they're depending on game or story you're looking at. But like I said, I'm kind of ruling that those type of zombies are in fact what would be considered ghouls in D&D setting for the most part.
Yeah, that's fine.
If they're just listed as zombies. Unlike say zombie zombie T-Rex, for example, might be something different. But yeah.
It's fine.
She's just gonna move in the corner and.
Sorry,
wait if
I'm
anybody
a fan of
healing.
the show iZombies, so I actually kind of like Sentient Zombies.
Oh, I
yeah.
was watching that one.
I'm kind of behind by a season at this point, and I need to catch up on
I put it
Netflix.
off and
But I really do like the concept of Sentient Zombies. I'm not using them in my game. I have plenty of other undead in the D&D
too
universe.
much trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's not even the only story that I come across that have sentient zombies. They're just
The second Percy Jackson movie had zombies.
which is why I said it could be argued that some zombies could be sentient. And I'm saying, okay, in D&D universe, they're referred to as ghouls instead of zombies.
Fair enough.
At least did 12 damage to him.
Yeah, which is nearly enough to kill. Its head is almost off, but it is still somehow attached to the bone. Sorry, got a debate about this, but yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so as long as we're all understanding, that's good.
Anywho, I moved here. I give Althea a thumbs up for killing that skeleton, and I'm gonna fire bolt. There we go. Damn it.
And the firebolt kind of misses and slams into the wall. Meanwhile, Skeleton. Let's see. Skeleton. Both of you get an attack of opportunity, which means it'll probably get destroyed. Yep. It had 1 health point left, so I don't even have to look at damage. That strike landed. Skeletons are gone. And you win. Yeah, skeletons can be programmed to do stuff, but they don't have a will of their own. Which means they can move, but not strategically. And zombies seem to be affected by some sort of spirit, or at least as a group, in a group mind setting, instead of an individual setting. But they can also be affected by controller ghouls. I've been playing too much Tomb of Annihilation. So you get 130 XP for this encounter. There's a great sword laying around. There's a couple of
Great sword or great axe?
great axe hanging out. 2 short swords, 2 short bows.
I'll pick up the great axe.
Put those in a pile. Whatever you don't want.
I'll throw the bows and the swords. I'll keep an axe.
We'll come back for those and we'll sell them.
Okay. Should we continue down?
Seems like a good plan.
What about the room back? Here. What about this room? We didn't check that.
We can check that on the way out.
Okay, boss.
We saw skeletons, that means we have to be close.
Everybody, get in here.
Everybody, merge into one being. You're gonna be able to defeat us.
And as your lights cast you on there, a
it's
giant spider turns towards you.
Fredrickson gasps happily. He's like,
Animal handling?
You know, you could probably cast the animal spells to see if we can get anything out of that.
I have every intention of doing that. I'm going to befriend this spider. He will be my friend.
Erroneous, do not hit the spider.
Animal handling 13.
So Fredrickson will go out in front of Ironius, and he's going to cast Animal Friendship on the spider.
Yeah, it is classified as a beast and not listed as firm in the way some things are, or at least were in 3.5 and such. So that should, in theory, work.
As long as its intelligence isn't above 4.
No, its intelligence is 2.
Yeah,
That's right. It goes by intelligence. So you're gonna have to show me what the text says on there.
There you are, ma'am.
Okay, knowledge and awareness of is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum is
Sorry, that was speak with animal.
the beast to perform small favor for you of the DM's discretion. The giant spider moves a bit forward, and, well, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on with it. You can tell that it is hungry, and it appears to be viewing you as food.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals and then cast Animal Friendship. That'll let the spider know that I'm not gonna harm it, and allow me to talk to it.
Yes, if the beast intelligence is for her, the spell fails. Okay, otherwise the beast succeeds. Some throws save. Okay. Oh, okay. So, the beast has to have an intelligence less than 4. Okay. So then it's a wisdom save here. Nah, it looks like it's still. With Speak with Animals, what you're basically picking up off the spider is that it wants to eat you.
And I go, hang on. I know I look delicious, trust me.
Throw him, Ted.
But you don't want to eat me. I taste terrible. Look at me. People think that I haven't bathed in weeks.
Because you
And you
haven't.
haven't.
Sort of true.
And the guy that was using prestidigitation to clean stuff left, or actually character-wise died. But so yeah, none of you have had baths or anything for a while.
And I tell the spider, I'm like, but down the corridor, and this is gonna kill Fredrickson, there's some bats. I bet if you put your web up there, you'll catch a bunch of them and you'll have no problem eating.
Will you guys let the spider pass in order to get the bats?
I will get the fuck out of the way and I'll tell everybody to get out of his way.
Is everybody agreeing to that?
Quick question. How far is the mule away from the bats?
It's outside with watching over, basically kind of cropping grass at the moment.
Alright.
The only one concerned with the mule.
Well, it's a donkey, but yeah.
Same difference.
Donkeys can reproduce, mules can't. Mules are bigger.
Thanks, spider. Appreciate it.
Are we
Spider
gonna have
is
to
now
deal with
eating
him when we
bats.
come back out?
Possibly.
No, this spell lasts for a little while. Where am
I would eye the spider walking by. Like, what exactly did you do to the spider?
Oh, I told you to go eat the
LSD.
bats.
What? No!
I know. I'm sorry, Ironius, but we really
No!
it killed
No.
Ironius. No, don't you do it, Ironius.
Erroneous, please come back. Erroneous, no.
But they're good pets.
I get it. Trust me, it killed me to have to do that, but we need to get the spider out of the way.
They're good pets.
I know. I'm sorry. It killed me.
No.
Erroneous.
Ironious sulks. Shield in hand.
Oh, poor boy.
Yeah, just a second. I'm gonna refresh my real quick. But we'll continue with them down.
Alright.
I could have been like Ace Ventura and absolutely hate bats.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember his freak out over the bats.
For Educommon.
Yeah, I'm trying to. For some reason, it's not letting me. Like, I can highlight it and select it, but it's not letting.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to move, I think.
Oh, it's because you got stuck in a wall. Hold on, I got you. Ah! Ugh.
She don't
Okay.
got you.
Oh shit! I'm warping the fabric of reality. Oh, there we go. I always knew this would happen.
Come across a nice stable cavern that doesn't seem to have anything unfriendly in it. You can hear the slight drip of water from the stalactites and stalagmites. I can never remember which is which. It's kind of dark in there, and it's dark enough that your light is illuminating everything. And you kind of see flickers of shadow in another wall, indicating that there might be light elsewhere nearby.
Braun, as I say as I whisper, snuff out your light.
You do know I will be blind, right?
I got that, but you have the four of us who can see in the dark.
Alright, no, I'll put out my light.
Alright, hold on, let me fix your token.
Hold his hand, Alfie.
Hmm?
Hold his hand. He can't see anymore.
I'm going to have Ted a perception check to either hear or smell anything that might be up ahead.
Does someone want to hold my hand so I don't bump into
I'll
anything?
hold your hand.
Perception check.
Alright.
20.
Yeah, Ted is definitely smelling something rank coming from this corridor.
Okay,
Stronger the more south you go.
And so I'll have Ironius. I'm like, Ironius, I want you to go up ahead stealthily,
No.
and I'll follow right behind you.
No. You kill bats. And he just walks in.
Alright.
Brian, you want to sit and stay out here since you can't
Initiative!
see anything, or
Because you walked in, without stealth, you hear a roaring noise of a troll coming from up ahead.
Bro, if you want to turn your light back on, you can.
no, it doesn't. Why do you not want to be here?
That would now at this point take an action to do.
Yeah.
Ha! Which is great because my first roll was a crit 1.
Alright. So, Ironius gets to go first.
Oh.
You hear a roaring of a troll from the cave up ahead of you.
They go up and smack it. Not 3.
Alright. Nomila.
I'm gonna use feline agility to move down here right in front of the troll. Then use my iron greatsword. And I want a superiority die cast a trip attack. So that he has to do a DC of 14. Let me see, is that a
Okay, that's 9.
strength saving star?
Okay, so that's first 9 damage on it. And then 6 damage if it doesn't succeed that strength. Ooh,
It's
that's
prone.
weird. Maybe trip attack. Ah, okay. Knockdown, destroyed added attacks. Oh, wow, very unlucky troll. As you knock it, manage to trip it over. And this can, yeah, you add the die to the attack damage, and if the target is large or small, it must take a strength saving throw and knock. Okay, got it. Fredrickson.
I'm going down here. Oops, wrong one. And then I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out my second scroll of magic missile and use that on the troll. 7, which is
All right.
really bad.
Ron.
I will use my action to recast light and I'll go down and look what's happening.
Okay. You can see and smell that you're in a troll's den.
And I'll bonus action recast Jalebi, I guess.
Althea.
Alfie follows him in, just kind of waiting and watching to see if anybody needs heals. If my token would move.
Oh, you were stuck in a wall.
Yeah, same problem I was having earlier.
Yeah, I think I made some of these walls are very circular. I mean, because it's supposed to be a cave, so everything's supposed to be a circle, but setting up the thing properly, because you can't erase lines for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do it circle. You have to do it in arrows, so it's kind of weird. Okay. You see parts of the flesh of the troll start to knit back together as it stands itself up. It is now glaring full on at Nomla. Looks like it wants to crush her if it gets a chance. Arrhenius.
Flail. Still kind of sad, can't rage.
Oh,
Nomla.
Doing the attack here.
11 damage. Every little bit of damage helps. Fredrickson.
Fast. Firebolt.
Two damage of fire. Nice. Bron.
I'll cast Witch Bolt.
Holy crap.
Hmm?
25 damage.
Yeah. Is it right?
Nice crit.
Yeah. Althea.
Hmm. She's just gonna be hanging around waiting to heal someone.
Alright. You notice that this time the troll's wounds do not seem to be re-knitting back. And it goes ballistic on Lomila.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Let's see how much damage that is. I'm down.
Oh dear.
That's
How much
fine.
over did you go?
Let's see. 28.
I mean, I think he should be alive. I would have survived that.
Erroneous.
I wouldn't have.
My friend went down. I'll slay you. Rage.
You were already trying to slay the troll.
Well, now I'm really trying.
Nice.
Yeah, he's not depressed about bats anymore.
Apparently
true.
not.
Because he just crit it.
I forgot.
Wow, you guys are getting really
Oh.
lucky with your rolls.
Dude, Ironius is pissed.
No, Death
Is
saving
there
throw.
any saving? Okay.
I'll get her. I'll get it.
11
Ooh.
over.
Yeah, not on that one, which might have potentially killed her. Fredrickson.
Alrighty. Fredrickson is going to run this way, power slide around the rock, and then
Nearly
put his
bump into
hair-
a cask and see a bunch of bones and skulls laying around.
That doesn't bother him. He puts his hand on Nobila's forehead, kind of like trying to check her temperature. He's like, and casts.
This blood's really wet and really sticky and cold. I wonder if she's dead.
This reminds me of the time that I blew.
No, it'd still be hot.
Time.
Even
And
if you
then,
were dead, your blood would still be hot at that point. Takes a while to
I
cool down.
tried.
I give 7 hit points to Inomula. And then after I do that, kind of slap her cheek a little bit, like, "Hey, wake up! You're still needed."
Erroneous is sleeping, you hit
uh,
him. And no, he's
Bron-
dying, you hit her.
Bron, you any roll before your turn doesn't count.
You
What?
get to reroll.
Because it's not your turn, it's still Fredrickson's turn. So you just heal.
Did I accidentally click heal? I'm sorry.
No, you hit Witch Bolt. I thought you were like taking your turn. So I was just making sure that you were aware. Because it is your turn now. Fredrickson was using his turn to heal Nomula back up.
Yeah, when I'm gonna auto hit with Witch Bolt because I hit him once.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna use my last 2
Nah.
points of.
Yeah. The troll cries out as it collapses to the ground, dead at your feet.
I'll move over to her and use my healer's kit then.
Wow, you guys took down a CR5 monster. 360 XP.
Yay! I'm going to search this disgusting troll's body for anything. Actually, I'm just going to search the area.
Well, let's see. You find you find that the troll is definitely a male underneath that loincloth. You find bits and pieces of what look like dwarf and kobold bodies in the water, mostly bones now. Let's see. You also find.
I wonder where those kobolds went.
And the dwarves.
You find various coins lying about for a total of 3 golds worth of coins. But, you know, it's like copper, silver, that sort of stuff. But, you know, it adds up to 3 gold lying around. You do find scraps of armor, but totally useless. It's basically been pounded completely out of shape. It's not just like scrap metal.
cask, I raise my hand. Can you take a look at what's inside that cask?
I just slap the top of it as hard as I can.
What did you do? I'm sorry. Did you slap what?
I'm trying to break the cask open.
Okay. You slap down on the cask, and it bursts open, and you smell fermented barley just splashing all over you.
Huh.
You just got drenched in beer. Sorry.
Yes.
I feel like Ironis would have just picked it up and just chugged the rest. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You can get better beer at the inn.
No, we can't.
So I guess that wraps us up being in here.
In
We
this
still have
room.
the other path through.
I really hope they don't have anything that hits that hard.
I hit back just as hard. For you, friend.
Does it look like, once we get over there, does it look like the spider has caught any of the, bats yet?
Ted, this is...
You found that you're in a completely different corridor. Somehow you've gotten mixed up and wandered into a new corridor.
Hey, Ironius, hang on.
Why? You want to kill more bats?
No.
Oh,
I feel bad.
Bronies.
I feel bad, trust me.
No, you
Considering the
don't.
fact that, I can talk to animals, and it hurts me.
He heard them screaming.
I did. But we need to be careful, because we don't know where we are. This is a different corridor.
You just want to kill more bats.
I do not. God damn it. What do I have to do to get you to forgive me?
Stop killing
Wait.
bats.
Wait like a day?
Alright, fair enough. But while we're here in this cave, Ironius, I still need you to listen.
No.
Nope, that's not.
Oh, look, there's the corridor that leads to dead bats.
I
Well,
go
you just
away
basically
from
see you hear a little bit of squeaking coming from the north, and you still see that giant spider there. It's now spinning webs.
But does it look like it's caught bats yet?
Why do you want to know? Hey!
Am I too late? Did you guys start at 8:30?
We're in a cave with spiders.
Fine.
And a sad.
Oh, hold on! I thought you said you were quitting.
I'm just hanging. You guys mind if I hang out for a minute?
Oh, that's fine. Sure.
My they almost all got killed.
Ooh, that's never fun.
Jeez.
I'm just gonna hang out while I do some work.
That's cool. It's fine. We had your character decide he's taking a carriage back home because his mule's either dead or has returned to the farm.
So now we have a donkey.
Bartholomew ain't dead.
You're right, he
Alright,
was never real.
I'm gonna be quiet now.
Bartholomew's like a level 20 wizard. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm just setting something up in this cave, so don't mind me. Let's see here. I hate it when I have to open up a little thing which shakes it all the time. It's like going, can it do this, this, and this? What's going on here? Alright. Ironius, as you enter into another dark cave full of stalactites and things hitting actually, I don't want to show everybody what's going on, so I need to look something up real quick. That's the only problem with relying on the spells in the compendium, because you have to click on them to make them, you're clicking on them to make them use, or you might click on them by accident instead. Go, okay, I'm breaking my book now and looking them up, instead of relying on them there. So what were you running anyway for the newer folks?
Oh, just a beginner's campaign called The Hero's Journey.
Erroneous. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
What?
Wow.
Too sad to feel mind.
All right, you basically can hear a soft curse coming from the dark shadows, and then a shout of attack.
Oh
And
shit.
then Fredrickson yells back, "Eat shit, motherfucker! I'm gonna come here and kick your ass."
All right, everybody on initiative order this time. Yep, sweet. All right. Okay. No. Oh, nope. Yeah, everybody has on initiative order. Good. Let's see. The skeleton moves a little bit forward and then charges out at Erroneous for a goring attack, which I believe misses because I've already. Unless you're coming off of rage, aren't you?
No.
Alright.
I'm
Oh, that's right. That would be reckless anyway. So that one doesn't even land on you. Fredrickson!
All right. Let's see if I have a clear shot at. That's a roll. Oh yeah, I should be good. I'm going past this. This one, the Necromancer.
Alright.
And then
You hear the necromancer cry out, and you can tell at this point that it's definitely a woman in those robes.
Okay, I shout to the rest of the party, "We are going to keep this bitch alive."
Althea, what would you like to
She
do?
will answer for her crime.
She casts Sacred Flame on the Minotaur skeleton?
Which one? Okay, the only one you can say.
The one in front of Erroneous.
Yep. 7 damage.
Sweet.
And Nomula.
Alrighty, well, gonna run through, and I'm gonna attack the blue minotaur.
Oh, hey guys. I gotta run off.
Take care.
Gotta go to the
Bye.
pharmacy. Hey, I hope everything works out, guys.
We're
Have
Yeah, I
fun.
hope so too. Hope you're feeling better. Another Minotaur skeleton comes plodding around, gets all the way over here, and swings its great axe down on Nomula.
Oh dear.
Erroneous.
This is my last rage, but I'll use it. That's blue.
Another 26 damage. Awesome. You nearly crush half of the Minotaur skeleton's skull. Bron!
I'll use my bonus action to pump 2 healing lights into Inomia. And I will use my action to cast Blade Ward on myself.
Oh, that's a good cantrip.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm next to a Minotaur and it's gonna maul me if it hits me, so that's what I'm doing.
Alright.
My Eldritch Knight had that. Oh, God, it was especially after I got
The Necromancer moves her hands in the air and says, you will not be able to resist the Red Rider when he sees you.
Oh, get with this fucking Red Rider. We whipped your cultist's ass, and we'll whip yours too.
And she casts Sleep at you guys. Let's see. So, let's see how many of you can actually fall under this spell.
Does it count temporary hit points? Question mark?
I think it does.
Because
Well,
then I have 29 in that case.
everyone has 2 extra now. Because
I
you're
mean,
5.
yeah.
Well, besides you.
Because Anomula would get hit for 20, and then I think Erroneous would get hit for most of the rest, and
No.
there's no.
It goes towards lowest hit points.
Yeah. So technically it would probably be that first, depending on the area.
Althea
Oh,
would
sorry.
Althea would be the first. She's got 17, and after that Fredrickson.
Yep.
So
And
that'd be 37 of the hit points. That means there wouldn't be enough left over to knock anybody else out.
Whoa.
But both Althea and Fredrickson would both be out.
Oh.
Good thing I have Ted.
Well, Ted would be out too, unless of course I think that no, it's a pseudo dragon, not a fairy dragon. So, but yeah, I think no, Ted would also be out. So,
Damn it.
so you guys are both out. Little wave symbol on top of you, and you can see her backing up away from you guys into a darker corridor. She's like points, get them at the Minotaur. And it swings out at Anomula.
It misses. I want to use a superiority die to riposte and
Okay.
counterattack. I think I roll it, do I?
Whoops. Oh, well, that's. I'll go with yours. 14.
Oh, I would actually have to roll. I have to roll my superior die to add to it.
So that'd be what, 19?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Fredrickson. Oh, you're unconscious.
Do I need to?
I think so. Let me check. Let me check on something. I was actually looking that up earlier, and then.
I think you just sleep until someone wakes you up. if I'm not
Unconscious until
mistaken.
spell ends. The sleeper
Brandon,
takes
quit kicking
damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap you awake. So yeah, you're still asleep until somebody else in the party, like Bron, uses their action to wake you.
Crap.
Mm-hmm.
Same with you. Anomula.
I'm gonna do a great sword attack on the blues, so I can see that one's hurting the most.
All right.
Does that hit?
Yes, it does. And it basically collapses into a pile of bones in front of you.
Alrighty, and that's my turn.
And then Red Skeleton attacks you. And misses. Arrhenius.
He just put down 2 party members. I charge it. Her.
I hope Diarrheus remembers what Fredrickson said.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
What did you say?
It doesn't
To
matter.
keep her alive.
Oh.
I roll 1.
You can kind of make out a woman's grin from behind the cowl. Run! What would you like to do?
I'll take Tia awake. I'll wake her up and I'll wake Fredrickson up and I'll tell her to wake Tia up, and then I'll move into the range of the skeleton.
Fred's just like, guy, and make sure we take her alive.
Alright. So the necromancer reaches out towards Erroneous.
Swoosh.
And misses.
Just bats her away. Don't touch me.
No, bad.
Fredrickson!
I walk up to it. I carefully walk up to her and nicely nudge her awake. I'm like, hey, Althea, this isn't the place to be sleeping.
Alright, she's awake now.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep here.
Too many spiders.
But we do, yeah. Oh, yeah. Unless you want to get eaten by a spider.
Certainly not enough bats, though. Isn't that right, Fred?
Oh, come on. I already feel bad for him. You see him kind of he puts his head down, like he legitimately feels bad that he had to.
He said something like that? Or that he sent the spider after that? Any of that?
Yeah. And then
Pick a category.
He nudges Ted with his foot, like the back of his foot.
Althea gives him a good pat on the head, and he's like, alright, let's get to fighting. We'll settle this later.
Yeah, we need to keep that bitch alive. So it's not our job to execute her.
Are you
So,
guys gonna shield her?
Althea, you use your action to stand up?
I guess so. She's probably just waiting around, making sure she doesn't need to cast healing on anybody.
Okay. And you, Mila, what would you like to do?
Hit it with the great sword, and I want to cast a superior die to trip attack here. (14 DC straight). Oh, he passed.
Yep.
Yeah. And the skeleton brings its great axe back down on you again.
That misses.
Wow, you keep getting lucky. Erroneous!
Flail to face.
Woof!
Good, Irene. You'll get her face and check just her attack, just her life.
I use a flail. I can't imagine any way to not be lethal with it.
Run!
I'll try to hit the Minotaur with my Gorset.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Do 18 damage. The necromancer grimaces, blood dripping from her face at Erroneous. This isn't over yet. And she grabs him and casts darkness. Suddenly,
Oh no.
nobody can see anything.
Wait, she grabs Ironius?
She just cast darkness on Ironius' clothing. So he no longer can. You can't
Can
see.
I grapple her back?
Basically, she's just touching you lightly and casting the spell on you. So suddenly you can't see anything. Let's see. It goes out and what was the radius? 15-foot radius.
15, yeah. Is she originating on top of Rhinius?
Yeah, it's originating on top of Erroneous, which means hold on. Anybody inside?
It's made out of bat fur.
Yeah, anybody in that can't see even with dark vision.
Yeah, you can't see anything. I can see a little bit of skeleton.
Yeah.
Does that also include blind sight?
Let's see. It does not say that, so no, nothing with blind sight we'll be able to see.
Good thing I got Ted then.
Mm-hmm. And you hear like the noise of somebody running through the darkness. Ah, Fredrickson.
I'm going to have Ted fly and keep sight of. He can fly 50 feet, and he can fly 60 feet, and he has blind sight of 10 feet.
All right.
So I'm going to have him stealth check. Here she. Have him fly. Find her. That will 35 feet. That has 25 feet.
Oops. Ah,
See,
damn it. That wasn't supposed to be shown. Ah.
I don't, yeah.
Wow, black pudding, huh?
Wow, God.
God damn it. That's on the GM layer. Wasn't that, I forgot about the rolling that. I should have rolled my initiative off screen.
You're
He
fine.
is
So,
flying towards
Ted,
Oh,
yeah, basically, Ted, what are Ted's stats again?
What do you want to know?
Well, basically, as soon as Ted gets over to there, it's suddenly a pseudopod comes reaching out of the darkness towards it.
It
Hmm.
misses.
Ted just barely manages to make it out of the way, or else it would have been corroded right into the black pudding.
Yeah, no shit. And he keeps going. But I can't see. Like,
Yeah, basically, if he keeps going, he's going to ram right into the black pudding. That's why I had to do that.
oh, I see. But she must have put it up after she left.
Basically, yeah, the black pudding was waiting in a kind of a holding area. The necromancer ran past it and triggered the area where the black pudding is then moving. That's the best way to put it.
Okay. So, but yeah, Ted's. Now that I can actually see and like move around, I'll have Ted here. Actually,
Yeah, Ted's still in the aura. I can't see where the necromancer is.
well, he has blind sight. 10 feet.
Yes, and which means he can sense things, but I can't actually tell where it is. It's just sensing that there's movement around.
So I'll have him still in the aura right here.
Yeah, it looks like the darkness starts dropping off, but it's still, if you have dark vision, then you can say. Does Ted have dark vision?
Cool. Yep. Oh yeah.
All right.
So he is actually going to fly to the necromancer, and he's going to attempt sting her.
That's not close enough to her.
Well, I haven't moved him yet. Inform you. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Right there. Anywho, I'm going to sting her with 15, and the target must succeed on a DC 11 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for an hour. If it fails by 5 or more, they fall unconscious for the same duration, and they take 5 piercing.
Ugh. He
Fuck
slumps to the
you.
ground.
And you hear Fredrickson all the way to the back, like,
Anomia.
fuck you, bitch.
Anomia.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the
Ow,
skeleton.
what about
I
my
can see-
turn?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she did have her turn.
Sorry, I'd already moved your turn thing, and then Fred kept going.
My bad.
Oh god, Fred, you're so can't believe you. I have a question actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, non-magic light cannot illuminate, insinuating that magic light could. Do you think Sacred Flame would cast light because it's fire?
Technically speaking, the light spell wouldn't here work in dark vision, so probably not.
You'd have to dispel it.
Yeah, or it must be of a level higher, I think.
Oh,
One
so
of
it's
the
not
two.
so it's not a concentration spell then?
Oh, hold on. I think it is. Hold on.
It is spelled.
Yep, concentrate. So yeah, it did go away. Hold on. Let me fix Arrhenius.
You hear Fredrickson from the back. Be careful, there's a black pudding! Or there's a black creature up there.
Althea, what would you like to do?
She's probably just gonna cast Sacred Flame on the Minotaur that we still have around.
Alright.
Yeah, I just realized that. It's still.
You mean you haven't noticed that?
I just was focused more on trying to find Necromancer.
Nomula.
You're trying to beat up the one person that you've said not to beat up.
She's not beat up, she's unconscious. I did what I was. I succeeded in my endeavor.
Alright, I'm going to attack the Minotaur in front of me.
Okay.
I want to action surge, attack it again. And I want to roll superiority die.
And that's a miss.
Well, I want to do my last one to actually use my precision attack so I can add it to it.
Okay.
So that's adding 5 to my attack roll. But
Which would then hit, and what's your damage?
Just 10 damage.
Alright.
That's my last die.
Alright. Skeleton. It still goes for you. Finally hits.
God damn. Alright, that's.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm down again.
Oh no.
Basically rakes you across the chest, opening up a huge gash. Blood is just getting all through your fur and clothing and downs you. Arrhenius, what would you like to do?
Smash skeleton.
And you succeed. The skeleton is gone.
Can you bring me some? I don't think I'll make it out there in time.
Alright. The black pudding oozes over the necromancer and strikes at and but levels its pseudopod right at Ted. Even as the necromancer sizzles and is consumed.
God damn it.
You shouldn't have stung it. Now
Thankfully, Ted has gotten away from it. Bron!
I will cautiously move closer. Can I see the black pudding?
You see some sort of amorphous black shape on top of. You can see bits of red and gold robes vanishing under it, and you can see a little pseudo dragon zipping about. But there's a lot of pools of water on the ground around here. Your light is reflecting weirdly upon the liquid surfaces, and the only reason you can see this is because it's rippling over something and seems to be moving upwards a bit, arching, instead of lying flat.
I will witch bolt it. Yes.
Wow.
Very nice.
I think this is my new favorite spell.
No shit.
Well, you've managed to crit it twice now.
I'm gonna stay safely away from it.
Fredrickson!
I am also move up.
Wait, what type of damage was that? Oh, that was lightning damage. Ooh. Whoop! And now there are suddenly two of them.
What?
God damn it.
Fran, what have you done?
Shit.
Alright.
Oh, that's not good.
Should I keep doing this? I can auto hit it. But
Brad's like, I should have woke up. Shit. Frederick's gonna Ray of Frost the pointing that's closest to him. No, that's the go.
Oh, they are also slightly smaller.
Oh, okay. Does 9 hit? I assume it doesn't.
Which one are you hitting?
This one. Red.
Give me 1 second. I'm just checking something.
Well, I mean...
No, it does not. Oh, yes, it does. Sorry. That hits.
Oh, okay. Actually, I want to aim for blue. I thought they were still huge, so I thought my vision was obstructed.
Alright, you're actually aiming for blue. Alright.
He just kind of points he's like, shit, points his finger out, shoots ice from his finger. Freeze!
Althea!
Can I cure wounds the cat, or do you think she's too far gone?
Please cure wounds the cat.
That 20 damage is exactly my health pool. So I'm at 0. Nice.
Anomia, now that you're awake.
Standing up. That's my turn.
Alright. Let's see. Black pudding. Let's see how. Check on something. I want to see how fast these things move. Alright. This one moves forward. And slashes out at Braun. Ooh,
Oh,
thankfully it missed.
I would still be alive. No,
Arrhenius!
Oh, Christ.
What do I do, boss? I don't think I can hit that. Blow.
Bludgeon it?
Okay.
Just don't get touched by it.
I'll flail it. Miss.
Ow. What the hell?
Black pudding.
Poor Arrhenius.
Seems to dissolve and grow slightly in mass, and reaches a pseudopod up towards Ted to smack it.
Shit. Miss.
Run!
Should I? No, I'm not gonna lightning bolt. I'm just gonna blade work myself.
Oh, wait, it's immune to, wait a second, it's immune to lightning damage. It shouldn't have been able to take that damage you set to in the first place. Ugh.
Oh shit. Alright.
How much damage did it lose? I'm sorry about that.
16?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, 16.
yeah.
16.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry about that. I was looking at, it's such a large page that I was looking down at the split reaction and didn't look up at the damage immunities. Oh, and it's immune to cold as well.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
I am very sorry.
I will call it a big old dirty goop of mud, and I'll cast Vicious Mockery on the one right in front of me.
It has no effect. It has no mind.
God damn it. I'll cry.
Patrick said.
Brent starts crying.
Richardson as a free action, we'll try to console Brian. Like, it's okay. My attack didn't do shit to it either.
I usually don't like backtracking, but that's an important. It was an important thing to remember about black puddings in terms of challenge.
I don't think we can do jack shit to this
Yes.
right now.
DC 13.
It's
It
a
is
black
not immune to
pudding.
poison. On red, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's not immune to poison?
Nope.
He just like turns around and just.
Color spray. Oops, sorry. That's supposed to be negative.
You see this like pale yellow gas coming out and engulf the fucking pudding.
Althea.
Oh, shit, I
Well,
forgot
she
to
can't
make a
crossbow it.
Damn
I think I'm out of spell slots. And I guess I'm just gonna sit here.
You do have a cantrip.
Nomula.
Don't you have cantrips?
I would say, thank you, Althea. I was not expecting that to happen again.
It's so soon.
Okay, I will walk up because at this whole time black pudding was up there. I wasn't looking at it, so I'm like, "What is that?"
A black pile of death. Trying to eat our necromancer over there.
Wait, what happened to Necromancer?
Well, she fell unconscious, and then the pudding decided it was going to eat her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would,
So there goes my plan.
I would just bonus action second win myself.
That would be wise.
Alright. Black pudding stretches out a pseudopod towards Braun.
No, bro.
Oh,
And Braun is down.
And he's starting to dissolve. Negative
Oh,
1 to
shit.
AC. Negative 1 to AC.
I don't think that's possible because my armor is magical, so...
Okay. Well, then it's sizzling your skin, so you're gonna take constitution damage then, if that's the case. Assuming that you revived at all. Erroneous, what would you like to do?
What he does. Miss.
Actually, that
No, I
hits.
think that hits.
These things have low AC. You only missed the first time because of your nat 1.
Yeah.
But you hear your weapon sizzling slightly as you draw it away. It's dripping with the acid is dripping off of it. And it's starting to dissolve your flail. Black pudding finishes dissolving the necromancer and whips its pseudopod out at Ted.
Yeah, there goes Ted.
no.
He disappears. Shit.
Oh.
I gotta summon him again.
Black pudding moves towards the rest of you. Run! Death saving throw, please. Fredrickson! You just lost your best friend. I think, does harming a familiar like that harm the wizard that summoned it?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. I guess that was just a 3.5 thing.
Yeah. Ferguson's like... Shit, okay. The necromancer's dead. We came where he did what
Wait,
we
is
came
Bran
for.
dead?
No, Bran's not dead.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
I look away for 1 minute, kids. Come on.
I look at Enomila and I go, Enomila, can you grab Bran?
Yes, I could definitely pull him away.
And I tell Ironius, it's time for us to get the fuck out of here.
Okay, boss.
And then Fredrickson's gonna fucking peel out. He's out of here.
Should we roll something for that?
It's
I'm
called
not close enough to it, so I
disengage.
don't need a disengage. So,
Should we check the other corridor? Just bail out of this one and the other one?
actually, I don't know, because I can't have Ted go down there.
Which corridor do you guys wish to run down?
Well, we could go this one.
Up! If
Or-
you're not set your movement time, it's Fred's next time. Please move your token back.
Oh no, I'm just.
For now,
I can't
I'm
do
just
the
gonna
arrow
have him right
thing.
here.
So I'm just
Alright.
moving it so you see where I'm
Ah,
talking
okay.
about.
Yeah, for now, I'm just gonna have him stand here.
Oh, you mean the measurement? It's that
Yeah.
little thing that looks like a comb.
It's a little ruler.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep.
Hey, neat.
So, Alethea, what would you like to do?
You see,
I
Fred,
guess
you
I'm
should
following
really
Fred
close your
if we're not
eyes.
going down that hallway.
You have to select the mouse to move your thing.
Yeah, we're going down this one, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch out for the spider.
Anomula.
The spider's down the other one.
Would I be able to grab Bran without it opportunity attacking him?
Yeah, because he's already down.
Oh.
The only one that might be subject to opportunity attack would be Ironius.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna pull Bran away. How far? Like, I guess I'm assuming that would be like, how far would I be back? Like half a movement speed pulling him, or
Half your movement speed, yes.
so I'm gonna pull him back. Let's say, I don't know how far. Just pull him back here. So he'll be like right in front of me, and then that's my action, right? Pulling him.
Yeah, that would be your action.
Okay. Dumping a potion in his mouth, would that be an action or a bonus action?
That would be a bonus action.
Okay. So I want to add one healing potion on me. So I would like to pry open his mouth and dump the potion in his mouth.
Pull out a funnel.
Let me. I forgot what you rolled for that healing potion, just a basic one.
I think it's 2d4 plus 2.
4. 2d4 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
It's better
So
than
he's
nothing.
now over
8
there.
What's he had?
And Black Pudding goes after Ironius.
Oh my god.
thankfully, Ironius has a super high AC.
Thank you, Gar.
Ironius!
Run, Ironius.
Okay.
Disengaging?
Disengage.
You leave the black pudding the pudding behind to reform into a single large black pudding.
And I can't use an action to help up Bran. Not a good place to lie down. I'll spin the flail, feel it's off, and throw it down the hallway.
I ask Ironius to pick me up as he runs past.
Man, I like that.
Even though you did not defeat the black pudding, you gained 440 XP for the encounter. For defeating the necromancer and her skeletons. 440.
To bring him back alive. Damn it.
Fred,
Yeah.
I have this, and I hold out my flail, and it's kind of like corroded a little bit. Can you help?
Frederick or Ironius, let me tell you this. When we get home, I will get you the nicest flail
Flare that you can buy for 3 gold.
But
I will convince my family to buy you the flail of your dreams.
but this favorite. It's been
And I
well.
will have. Tell you what, you give that to me when we get home. I'll have someone fix it for you, make it really nice. We even have your name engraved in it. Let's say property of Ironius.
To be
Sweet.
found by scholars in years to come.
And if you want, I can even get you a nice big hammer.
Wait, how are we gonna get out without messing with the spider? I think you mean
Well-
run? I don't want to rub the pudding. I mean, unless you're into that, but
It's a
I'm
black
not a fan
pudding.
of
No,
rubbing pudding.
it's a black pudding. Nobody is into that.
Anyways, yeah, Frederickson will deal with
You
the
know the
spider.
rules. It's always someone's kink.
There's somebody's kink of eating black pudding as well.
Ugh.
I saw that in a game once, in some sort of like PC game, and I can't remember which one it was.
Isn't black pudding another name for blood pudding?
No.
Something like that.
No, I'm talking about that. But in the game, it was actual. Oh, that's right. It was hack. It was the game called Hack. That are called Net Hack, and I think recently it was like a version of it called Vulture. But that if you're not careful, you could end up eating black pudding and dying from that.
That sounds fun.
That's why you have to cast Identify and everything.
For the goop.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and try to throw it
At the spider?
No, not at the spider. That would be dumb.
I was hoping what?
Somewhere where the spider will get distracted and I think I'm gonna try and throw it.
Could we still try for the other corridor back there where it's away from the spider?
I don't know if it goes around though.
It probably will, won't it? It looks like it would from what we can see.
I mean, based on the main corridor, it doesn't look like. I mean, we could try. So,
Anybody else?
it's either explore another
Smash it,
corridor or.
bats.
Actually, do I see if the spider has caught any bats?
Yeah, it's been making webs over there. You can see a couple of bats hanging from it, from the webs.
All right. I look at Ironius and go, Ironius. I don't think it's eaten any of them yet. Are you up for killing a spider?
Yes.
Have at it, my friend.
Hold
Have
this.
that battle axe that you picked up.
I don't need battle axe. He pulls out an
He's
actual
gonna
battle
punch it
axe.
to death.
He might.
He pulls out a what?
I don't need the great axe from Minotaur. I pull out my battle axe and just run at it.
Alright.
Oh wow. Holy shit. Quick question.
Yeah.
The spider is unaware that Ironius is charging at it, correct?
Correct.
So does that mean that Ironius gets a surprise attack?
Yes.
And can I launch a firebolt at it?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to launch a firebolt at the spider. God damn it! This firebolt is cursed, I swear to God.
Yes, unfortunately, this firebolt slams into the wall and startles the bats. They screech and howl and start swarming in the entire hallway.
Damn.
have to move that for a second so I can actually see the other two bat swarms. You basically hear the bat swarms shrieking nonstop. Yeah, got all you guys. Giant spider turns and immediately goes for Erroneous.
Did his axe hit it, by the way, with a 10?
No.
Okay.
And then the bats begin to swarm him. You hear them screeching and just kind of swarming all over him. First swarm. Second swarm. I think the second swarm actually hit him. And then the third swarm. Yep, second and third swarm both hit Erroneous. He's basically he's basically being surrounded by bats and being bit by them. As they're all shrieking around the corridors.
Okay, I would run behind Aroni, and I would try to do a greatsword attack on the bats right in front, well, right next to me. Nine damage. That's my turn.
Let's see, hitting these guys. 9. Alright. Run!
I'll move over here. And I will cast Eldritch Blast on the red swarm, the bat swarm.
Which one? Which bat swarm? There's 3 of them.
The one right in front of Ironians. With the spider.
Okay.
I can't see the numbers.
3.
Yeah, misses.
Alright.
Why is she not using Witch Bolt?
Erroneous.
I was swinging at one, but I missed.
Alright. Fredrickson.
Firebolt the spider. Does that hit?
No, hold on. No, it doesn't hit.
Damn it.
Then we have Althea.
Well, she can't shoot it. And spell slot's empty, so she's just gonna hang around with Bran, I guess.
Alright. And then the giant spider gets to attack again. It is once again going for Bran, since he is currently in its line of sight. And it misses. And then the bats just all swarm around him, biting, biting, biting. And they all missed that time. Anomia.
Iron greatsword attack on number 1. Crit.
Nice.
And that is it for my turn.
Excellent. Let's see how much damage that does. Slashing weapon. 9 damage. Run!
I'll stick with Flame, the same red I attacked before.
Spider?
Number 2, I thought it was. Yeah, the spider, sure.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry, number 3. Got it.
Yeah, number 3.
The one that's underneath the spider. Very hard to get. It's fine. Erroneous.
Battle axe to 1.
And the bats kind of like fall to the ground dead. That swarm is dispersed. Fredrickson!
Firebolt in the spider. Sec.
And you managed to do 1 damage.
Damn it.
And as you're fighting these things, you're beginning to hear the corridor ahead, the way out start to just shake. You can see bits and pieces of dirt and dust falling off the ceiling as something seems to be making its way down that hallway.
Son of a bitch. What now?
But it's still too dark to see what. Althea!
Fredrickson at this point is just not caring if he's quiet anymore.
She's still useless. Just pass her.
Alright. Giant spider goes for Braun.
Yeah, Erroneous.
Erroneous, sorry. Mrs. Swarm of bats. Well, I'm moving this one over here so I can actually see it now. It also goes for Erroneous. As does the other one. Yeah, that one hits. 8 damage. Getting little bits and pieces as bats are just taking chunks out of him. Inumia!
Going to attack number 3 here.
You hear the squeals of bats as you cut several in half with your blade. Braun!
Eldritch Blast number 3, if I can see him.
Number 2?
3.
3, alright. Alright, that one takes lots of damage. More bats fall out of the sky, hitting the ground with soft flinks. Erroneous!
Can't take things today.
Evidently not.
It's not
Fredrickson!
the plan. It don't work.
Second verse, same as the first.
I wonder if Fred's regretting this a bit now.
Alright. Spider?
God, actually, yes. That's a nat 10, too.
Nice. You hear doosh, 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 and suddenly an ogre emerges from the passageway.
Holy
Are you
shit!
trying to kill us?
Christ.
Yeah.
You're coming at us with this vengeance I didn't know that you had.
No, I did rolls, and you said that something else was moving its way towards the front entrance of the cave while you guys were running back to it.
Alright, to clarify, we've got bats, many bats, and then we've got a spider. Now we've got an ogre.
And you continue to hear, and the floor is still shaking, even as that ogre stops moving and is roaring at you.
That's not a good sound.
God damn it.
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Fuck it, can I go down the corridor and find the other way around? So, like, I'd be out where the bats are and I could actually shoot something?
Yes, you may. Remember, you are splitting the party, but you may go that way.
Wasn't there a way down the corridor to our left?
That's up to you to remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember anything. Alright, I'll head that way.
She's
If you
broke.
random event me,
Giant spider goes for Erroneous.
if you...
Oh boy.
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm at 1.
But you still have to take it. You still have to roll for the poison. Constitution saving throw, and if you fail, okay. So you only took half of that
Oh, okay.
of the poison damage because there's 9 poison damage, and it means you only took 4 damage from that poison.
I'm at 1 hit point. I'd have to use the whole thing. Relentless endurance.
All right, the bats Bat number 2 bites at you. Bat number 3, Swarm, also bites at you. Misses. Anomula! You can just see the ogre emerging from the passageway.
I see the ogre. I also see Erroneous severely injured. Guys, you really should get the hell out of here.
That's
So
what
I
we're
would-
We
trying to
literally
do.
can't right now. This is the way out.
Yeah, but does anyone speak giant?
With a well, she just says fuck it and attacks Tori. Take out as much as you can. Does 14 hit?
Hold on, I think so. 1 moment. There we go. Yes. And that's an, actually, no, it's not quite enough to kill them. It's like, there's like 2 more bats, like, floating around in this, what used to be a swarm. Run! What would you like to do?
I'll use my action to try to finish off number 3.
And that's enough damage to kill it.
And I'm also gonna start running away. Good luck, guys.
Well, at least you're the smart one this time. I mean, last time, you were the one that didn't run away, and the T-Rex ate you.
That's what
Ironius.
you say. I couldn't
And
run away.
spider.
Your blade clinks against a much harder carapace than you thought. Fredrickson!
Oh, shouldn't start to panic. It's like, first it's one thing. First it's just an necromancer, then it's just fucking blobs. Now the spider and a fucking ogre. Should have stayed home and blew it up at the lab. But oh, I'm going to cast minor illusion right here, and it's gonna be of
A nice lady orc or ogre.
I was thinking of something edible, like deer, a nice plump deer, to distract the spider and the ogre, so we could try and slip past them.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have a small stature. Can I kind of squeeze in between Enomula's legs and give Ironius a potion that I have, or like pour it down his throat?
Sure. But you're now also in range of the spider.
No. I want it to be here with Enomula.
He should be small enough to go between my legs.
A little weird putting things in his mouth when he's not awake.
No, he's awake. He's got 1 hit point.
Oh wait, really?
Yep.
Wow, aren't you a
No,
trooper?
I thought
F1.
Ironius opened his mouth and I tossed the fucking potion in his mouth.
Roll your
Pick
hit.
up Ironius.
Roll your hit die.
Four plus 4. 9.
Nice. You hear an ogre say, "Ooh, dear," and then you hear a second ogre emerging from the passageway go, dinner." And it appears that one's male and one's female, a mated pair, as they both kind of go for the illusionary deer. Althea, what would you like to do?
Well, shit. Do we want to go back or do we want to keep going down the hallway?
I don't know.
Let's survive this. Let me die.
Brand, how you feeling? I can't make this decision by myself. Please, make it for me.
Look, I don't want to die again, so.
I don't either.
I mean, I'm neutral good, but dying.
You know what?
Let's just put it this way. I trust in their capabilities to survive.
I'll be right back.
Well, you have fun making your decision. I'm gonna keep going down the hallway.
Alright. Giant spider. Alright. Giant spider is kind of frightened. It's seemingly, well, not exactly frightened, but it's trying to avoid the ogres, so it's still going after Harmonious. For 5 piercing damage and 4 poison damage. Jane's roll Constitution. Okay. Swarm of Bats, however, is seemingly terrified of the huge ogres. Erroneous, would you like to make an attack of opportunity against the bats? Alright, that's a miss. And the spider will do the same. It also misses. The bats flee. Anomila, what would you like to do?
I can't really see well. Is this spot like open for me to actually move or no?
No.
Okay. Going in front of the ogres is a really dumb idea.
Yeah, you can see 2 large ogres standing there and kind of standing around the rock, which is partially blocking them from view. They're huge, they're hulking, they have great clubs.
I would step back and let Erroneous know we should let the spider come to us to narrow this pathway.
You got it.
Run!
I'll be running and I'm gonna use my hero skill on myself to heal.
Okay. Erroneous.
Disengage. And go down all the way.
Fredrickson!
Ferguson's like, fuck it.
Alright.
But not before. I'm sorry. I turn the illusion to a voice that speaks to the ogres and says, "The spider."
How would the illusion speak to ogres if you can't speak the ogres?
The ogres were speaking common when they came in. They were saying something in common. They're saying, "Ooh, deer! Ooh, dinner! Food!" You could hear them clearly saying that in common.
He turns it into a voice and he goes, "You must eat the spider. The spider."
Oh, Frederick!
Like, like their inner voice, like their conscience, is telling them to eat the spider. Please eat the spider.
And then maybe they'll be full and leave.
Or
Or
not.
the spider will kill them.
Are you guys planning on just running away from the rest of these? Then I can turn off the turn order and have you guys just moving away from the encounter area.
Well, we're
Yeah,
gonna end
or
up
we
back
can-
over there anyways.
Or it's goes to where the troll was, or whatever the hell it is,
Yeah.
and rest.
Yeah, you might be able to move the rocks around and block the tunnel. Evidently, the troll would have been using that when it was sleeping. Keep itself safe.
Yeah.
Bran, can I get help? I don't feel
Oh,
so.
poor Erroneous.
Yeah,
No,
I'll help you.
Frederick feels so bad for Ironius. He goes up to Ironius and goes, Ironius,
I'm so sorry I
we
put
get
your life
home-
in danger.
whatever you want when we get home, it's yours.
Take 10 hit points, bud.
Did a good job.
You did a great job, buddy. I will do all your paperwork for the next year.
Thanks.
Does he have paperwork?
Yeah, but he does it for me.
Yeah.
You guys gained 45 XP.
I have what's it 22,315 right now.
Just out of character, did that illusion work? Did they eat the spider?
As far as you know.
Frederick said it doesn't care. He's like, I hope they ate the spider.
Short rest?
If only you hadn't told the spider to go eat the bats and then sent the ogres to eat the bats.
What
What was that book?
I
It was like
wonder why.
the little old lady ate a bunch of ants.
No, the
And
little
then
old lady
she-
swallowed swallowed the
That-
fly.
Oh yeah, the little lady
Oh, God.
swallowed the fly.
Yeah, I remember singing that all the time when I was a kid.
Swallow the fly, perhaps
Well,
she'll die. That's a fucked up book.
It's a fucked up song, for God's sakes.
She ate rocks, and then she ate the mailman, and then she ate.
She's like, I hope she dies. Like, oh my god. We'll take a break so we can restore her. Oh, I am going to use the sending stone to contact the chancellor and inform him that we believe we
Please
took
send
out
help, we're dying.
we took out a necromancer. We believe that the necromancer was the source of the undead, or at least part of it, and that the necromancer was a part of the cult of the Red Rider.
Okay, the chancellor has heard your words, and let's see. I'm trying to remember what the stats on sending stones are. Are they artifacts with unlimited, or are they something that you can only use so many charges before it disintegrates? Is there any information on that?
In a second.
My cat is curled up in my lap, so I can't grab my copy of Xanthar's Guide to Everything.
I guess it would.
Or my Dungeon Master's Guide.
Good, now I can't make more random events, you monster.
Well, actually, only some of these were random events. Others of these were, already planned events.
I don't believe that they planned for bats, a spider, an ogre.
The Blackfooting was planned. The ogres were planned. The spiders and bats were kind of randomized, but it was intended to be so many in the area. The necromancer was planned. The random skeleton encounter was random. It's like they could have been in any room. But basically, I had a listing of things that would happen in various rooms. It couldn't be more than such and such, and there's only several rooms that would be definitely planned out. One of which you haven't hit yet. That has a planned encounter in there. But
Are we taking a long or a short rest?
Well, this is getting towards the end of session because it's time for it'll be.
Yeah, I know.
So, do we want to say long rest and come back fully prepared
Yeah.
for ogres? And...
Yeah, seems good. I
But
mean,
you
I
already
can
took
get
that
to
at
go after
full.
short one.
The Sending Stone is a wondrous item.
Alright.
So, can we take a long rest now?
Yeah. And we'll settle up on the long rest next session.
Well, we won't level up. I think it's 2,700. But so we take a long rest and just huddle up in here.
Yeah. But in some ways, I think that this is like, at least equivalent, if not more interesting. At least it's good setup for in my world, for the first 5 levels in Storm King's Thunder, which are listed. I just finished reading that grouping there, and it's like separated into several different points. And in mine, it's like I'm not using that encounter group, but in some ways there's some similarities between the two, and some things were inspired by me sitting there reading it. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like I wanted to have it fully set in my world, with my dynamics and things that are going on here right now.
And while we're doing the long rest, I'm going to take the time to just kind of sit down cross-legged and begin summoning Ted.
Yeah, poor Ted.
I know. But he's
I've forgotten just how nasty Blackwooding could be. And it's like originally I was thinking, oh yeah, spells could do it, and then I was thinking back, and then I'm wait a second. It doesn't just split with cold. It's just immune to cold. Oops. I'm split with lightning. It's immune to lightning, and it's immune to cold. Wait a second. I didn't notice the immunity part. I usually don't like backtracking, but I did want that encounter to be challenging, and then I realized, oh yeah, that's why it was going too quickly, because I forgot about the immunities.
If we're done supper, then I'm gonna go. I guess till Sunday? Question mark. I'll try to be there on time because Spain, but
Yeah, Sunday. I'll put a better link in to the 5th edition grouping setting. The one on Discord for an invite, but it'll be session 0. So it'll be talking about character creation, backgrounds, all that good stuff.
Is this going to be the same setting as the last one?
Yep.
Like time-wise.
Yep. Yeah, so it'll give you. I'll be starting you with a definite year in month and day, or season and day, instead of, going okay, blah blah blah, because it's definitely set in this world.
Bye.
How do you feel about Asimars?
All right.
So could I use an Asimar in this one?
Yes.
Awesome. I wanted to make sure because you're the boss.
Yeah.
So I know some people are like, no, you can't be an Asimar.
As long as you're an Asimar who's okay with being around vampires or vampire-related people.
So you're playing more on this Sunday again, then?
I'm planning on because I wanted to work with my horror game again, of doing something that's on the alternate Sunday from the On the Road campaign that is sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours, depending on whether or not I'm making dinner that night.
Can I use my alternate character from On the Road, and just plug him in? Because I made a fun idea.
Maybe, but we'll have, again, in session 0, I'll be telling you about the backstory that goes along with it, to figure out for your background.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a variant human that dual wields all the hafted weapons.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. It's like that basically, in the Pine Valley game, it's a gun game. So you're wielding guns, not blades, pretty much. You might have a blade on you, but guns are kind of the thing.
I want my character to have a motorcycle looks like a moose.
It's just called the Moose.
Yeah, it's called Moose.
You're so special.
You think that's special? You should hear what kind of ASMR I want to make.
I don't want to know.
It's just based on my favorite D&D. I'm gonna have a gnome ASMR.
Of course.
So
yeah.
the only difference is that I'm gonna give him the small stature and the same speed as a gnome. But other than that, it's gonna take all the stuff from the ASMR tree or the thing.
Sure, you're gonna have a really scary gnome?
Yeah, basically a half god gnome.
Okay, my cat is blissing right now. Just rubbing her
Your
belly.
cat's doing what?
Blissing. She is purring so much
Okay.
she's curling up on my lap and rubbing herself and rubbing her back against the how when cats are very happy beyond just the purring.
Yeah.
My mom and dad's cat brought a mouse into the house and let it go.
Oh, ours kill squirrels and then
Well,
play with them in the front yard.
when I lived in